Hey friends, welcome to webscript.info. My name is Rizwan Khan, and in this video we are going to create this simple portfolio using ReactJS. ReactJS is one of the most popular and trending technology in the world of front-end development, right? Recently I've created a video about job opportunities available in the front-end development. You can watch that video too, and you can have a lot of information about how can you approach a job, what should you do, and especially if you're looking for a front-end development, what should you do after the college. A lot of things I explain in that video, and a lot of things I have revealed in that video, right? And this project is going to be the part of our recent React.js Fundamental series, and that series is very important in terms of cracking an interview, right? So if you're going for a front-end development interview with React.js, then definitely you should watch that series and then come back to this project as well, right? So let's start developing this project. We are going to do it completely from the scratch. Let's start. So let me explain you what we are going to have. So this here you can see we have simple intro. It is about me, like Rizwan Khan, and I'm a software developer. And then I have a very small paragraph over here. That's say like I'm a full stack developer, and the kind of size is small. You can increase the font size if you want, and also we can have a large paragraph over here. So it's up to you. How can you show yourself? Then we have two action buttons, and here we don't have any kind of animations, but of course we can have the animations. But here, yeah, these two are the action buttons, which says hire me or download my CV. So this is clearly says you're open for like opportunities. Also, it is useful for the freelancers. They can download your CV, they can learn about you, like how good you are with the technology, what is your special skills, and how much project you have done, a lot of things, right? Next, we have like skill sets, like what kind of specialization we have. So here I have a couple of skills I mentioned over here, like HTML CSS, and I have chosen some colors based on the technology. Like HTML CSS, I've chosen orange color. For JavaScript, I've chosen yellow color, and jQuery a kind of like dark green, React.js green, something like that. You can also have icons over here, like HTML CSS merged icon, JavaScript icon, jQuery icon. So for me, it was difficult to create all sets of icons, so I have used this progress bar, which also shows the strength in percentage, like how good I am in that. For example, React.js 90%, HTML CSS 70%, JavaScript again 90%. So this also represents my strength of the particular skill, right? Next, we have expertise, special skills. So this is one more section. And so here you can see again a progress pass with 70% development. So like I do a lot of development work, so that's why I've written 70% development. If you do a lot of UI stuff also, then you can mention like that, right? So development also includes my front-end development, like UI development, right? So next we have this again, a portfolio, the latest project, and here also we have animations, right? So it is coming up like zoom in, popping up over the screen, and then here like portfolios and the latest portfolio, and again I have an action button. So my latest project, I have given an image screenshot of that, like my recent project is portfolio, right? And you can have a link over here so you can navigate to the particular project. Then my education, and here again I have this action button. I'm highlighting this one, hire me or download my CV. So this is for the freelancers or the recruiters also. You can mention over here, like first I have mentioned like computer science and engineering. You can mention as per your, so then we can I have to mention like over here like higher secondary and then 10th standard, but I have given all same in that. Then doesn't matter. Then we have testimonials, like what people talk about me or about my project, about my work. So this is the client testimonials, right? And these two images are just for the show purpose, nothing useful. Again, I have the like centered testimonials. We can also have some backend, a little backend with a couple of tables, one or two tables with testimonials. We can show the dynamic stuff over here. Then we have again one small card that says have any project in mind. You can simply contact me over this email. So here you can see we have this hovering effect over here, right? So this is working fine. Then we have this portfolio links, home, about, portfolio. So this is right now, this is just a single page, right? This is a single page. So this is a single page, so I don't have any other pages, but of course we can create more pages. Then I have a chat icons over here. You can have anything else over here, whatever you want. So I just want to show some placeholder Of course, we can also have some chat plugins. We can use ready-made chat plugins just to save a lot of time, right? So this is our overall portfolio, which has good animations as well, and simple but a lot of stuff, right? Let's start. So let's first arrange the resources. We are going to use React. So first we need to create a React project, right? So let's go and create that project. So of course I'm gonna change my directory, and I'm going to create a new directory. Or I don't need to create a new directory. I will simply use npx. Here I will use as a package manager yarn. You can use npm, that's totally fine. So we'll use npx create -react -app and the name of the portfolio, right? So we'll say portfolio-001. So this is my first portfolio. So npx create react app portfolio-001, hit enter and wait for the moment. Now let's open our React project. So for that we are going to use VS Code, and here you can see. So this is our project, and let's close this welcome file, and this is our project folder. This is our src folder. We are going to have all of our components and everything within this src folder, right? And what we don't need, we don't need a file like app.test.css, right? So let's delete that. App.js, yes, we need this file, but let's run our app so we can see the output. Okay, so let's say I'm using yarn. If you're using npm, you can simply type npm start, but I'm using yarn, so I'll say yarn start. Okay, so let's go and edit our project. So let's remove unnecessary things. So this is not required. Save, and it should be empty, right? Yeah, cool. And also we don't need this logo.svg file, so let's remove that. And let's get rid of this function. I want to use arrow functions. Okay, save this and let's create an arrow function. Okay, so here it is app. This is our file, and let's close this. And okay, we don't need anything at all. Save, and here we're gonna say hello, and it is not doing reload automatically. I don't know why, but yeah, it's hello. You can see over here, right? So hello is coming over here. Let's reset this thing. Now we need some fonts and resources, right? So let me show you what are the things we need. So all of these things we need. Okay, let's go to the src and let's copy this assets folder. Okay, I think you don't have this assets folders, right? Because this is my, and I'm going to show you, right? So src, and let's paste over here. Let's go inside the src and paste our file, and now we have assets folder, right? Let's open the project. So here I have my assets folder, and here I have all of my required images, right? So I have divided folders in a group: images, project, skills, and social icons. If you open this social icons, you're going to see some social icon images. So here this is a Facebook, and the width and height is 64 by 64 for all of them. Instagram 64 by 64 for LinkedIn, and YouTube 64 by 64. So all the images are pre-decided. Then we have a skills folder, and I'm gonna use it. Oh no, this is not useful. So this is skills is not required. Let's delete this folder. Then we have a projects, and here I have a project image. So this is my again the recently created portfolio, which I'm going to use as my recent project, right? Next we have images, and within this images I don't need this me also. So here I have a background image, and this is a background with scattered stars, and this is I have created by myself using Photoshop. So here you can see I have 2, 3 or 4 stars over here. You can draw anything, whatever you want. So this is what I'm going to repeat in all of my pages. Then I have an image facing left side, right? And the width and height of this image is 276 pixel by 445 pixel. You can also see over here right? Whole image size 276 and 4 cross 445. Then I have again a right facing image, the same size 276 and 445. Then I have some profile pic. So this is I'm going to use for as a profile pic for the testimonials. Then I have two different images of already decided size. So this is width 230 pixel and height is 350 pixel. Again I have a pic. So this is again a 230 width and height is 350 pixel, right? So this is all I need in my portfolio. You can have all of your images, whatever you need, and that's all, right? Now let's go to the index.css file, and I'm gonna remove everything because it is not required. And here I'm going to write a lot of reusable CSS code which we are going to use for our in our entire portfolio, right? And then index.js, this is fine. Logo.svg is not required, so let's delete this. Now let's back to the app.js, index.css. Okay, we also need a font. So here I'm using a font. This is a font Ubuntu, and also you can see this type of font in a Linux machine. So this font is Ubuntu name itself. You can find this easily. If you like any other font, then definitely you can go with that. I feel like it's good, so it is good, and it's up to you. So let's have a font first. So let's search for the fonts. Sorry, what I'm doing. Ubuntu. So this is what I wanted to use, Ubuntu font. It is available in different flavors, like what kind of boldness you can have. So it is available in light 300, regular 400, medium 500, and also available in italic version, but I'm not going to use that. So I will have all the regular version. So light 300, and then regular 400, and then medium 500, and bold 700, and that's all. 300, 400, 500. Where's the 600 boy? Okay, no 600. 300, 400, 500, and then 700. Okay, now let's copy this link, right? Which we are going to use in our project. So let's have this. So where is our public folder? So here I'm going to place my link. So this is going to be available as a global CSS file, right? So global link. So here our React app, and I'm gonna say, instead of React, say Res1, and let's paste over here. So this is our link for the fonts, and let's give a bit of indentation. Save it. So this is the font we are going to use. And now let's go back to our CSS file, index.css file. Here we're gonna say, first let's remove default padding and margin for all of the elements. So we'll use an asterisk, and we'll say margin 0, and then padding as well 0. Save. And also the font, we're gonna use this font for everything, right? Let's copy this and paste over here. Save, right? Now let's have a body, and here I'm gonna place my background image. So we'll say background, where is the, okay, that's fine. Use background URL, and here I'm gonna say, okay, let's find the image. We are in the same directory, right? Assets, then within the assets we have images, and within the images we have bz-f2. So f2 again represents the background color. It's a kind of like white, but not actually white. So let's have this. Save, right? And of course I'm gonna repeat my background image, background hyphen repeat, we'll say repeat. So it is going to be repeat in X and Y direction, right? Now I'm going to create some reusable CSS code that we are going to use in our entire project. Let's see this output. Where are we getting any output or not with this background? Let's go here, and you can see we are getting the image. So you can see this star is coming over, right? So it's working. Now let's remove the hello, save it. Fine. Now this is our index.css file. Now I'm going to write some primary color or something, right? So for primary color, which we are going to use for our project, so primary color, and let's go to our website, color hunt, colorhunt.co, not this, colorhunt.co. Here you can find, what is it, colorhunt.io, sorry, colorhunt, yeah, colorhunt.co. So colorhunt.co, you can find different colors over here. So I'm going to use a green kind of color, like not actually green, but yeah, this one. So let's copy this. This is going to be our primary color. So we'll say color, and let's paste over here. Also, I'm going to have a primary color as a for background. If I want to use somewhere background as a color, so I can use that background. Cool, right? Now I have a font, right? So we'll say font hyphen 10. Let's create a class font hyphen 10, and here we'll say font family, and here we'll say 12 pixel, sorry, 10 pixel. Next we have font hyphen 12, font hyphen family, that's going to be 12 pixel, font hyphen 14, font sorry, it's font size, not the family. Size 14 pixel. Now let me explain few things about these styling. So I have already told you the different font size. So it is like 10 font size 10, 12 and till 20. Then we have a large font 25, and then larger than 25, that's 30. Then we have different bold sizes, like for now we have 300 font weight. So this is all from the font family. We have just added a link in our public folder. So from there we have 300, 400, 500 and 700. Next, we're using uppercase as a class. So if we simply, let's say we have a text, we just want to uppercase it, then we can use this class uppercase. Like that, we have capitalize. ls explains letter spacing. So every letter will have a spacing between 1 pixel. If you want to use, we can use. mtb means margin top and bottom. So margin top and bottom 10 pixel, but left right will be 0. Like this, we have margin left right mlr. Then we have ptb, padding top and bottom, plr, padding left and right. Right, like this we have flex row. So this is we can apply the flex row. It is going to be elements will be aligned horizontally. Then we have justify space between, to have space between two elements, right? Align centers, this is going to be make the element centered, and text center is going to make the text center. You know all these things, right? Another very important thing we are going to add now, that's a container that is going to keep everything in the center. Every section is going to be in the center. So for that, I'm going to use some fixed width, then we'll make it a responsive, right? So for now, let's have 900 pixel for the larger and even very larger screens, 900 pixel. Margin is going to be top and bottom 0, left right auto, and position is going to be the relative. So this is a parent container, everything we can have some absolute elements inside that, right? And what else? Let's save this, right? So this is our container. Now we are going to create a folder, components. Within this components folder, we are going to create folder, the first folder, the first component we are going to create, that's a hero component, right? So hero, and here I'm going to have two files, index.js and style.css. Sorry, it's not SSS, it's style.css. So people ask me why I'm having these two files, index.js, style.css. So for me, it's easy to arrange the component and their style, right? If in future, if I want to change the style of a particular component, I don't need to look anywhere else, or I don't need to look in a large CSS file where I have to find that particular piece of CSS code, right? I know where to look. I have a folder and I have both the component and styling code in the same folder. So I will simply look in that folder. That saves a lot of time. Second thing, the coding wise, we are getting a benefit. If you're writing hero folder and if you're writing hero.js as a file, then in both the cases the import statement is going to be the same, right? For the hero.js, you're going to write the import statement like import hero from hero. If you're using a folder hero, then again you're writing the same import statement, import hero from hero. Because if you're writing a folder as a in the import statement, it will simply look for a file index.js if we are not specifying any file. So it's like we have a plus point. In future, if you want to modify that, then we can easily modify. Let's have a component rfc, and here we're going to say hero, and obviously we're going to have a class over here, class, and yeah, class name. So we have created an index.css file, right? So, and this index.css file is all imported in this app.js file. Okay, we have to import this. Oh, actually this is imported in over here. So here you can see the index.css file, it's importing over here, and this index.css file we are going to use as a global CSS file. So every reusable CSS code we are going to write here, and this is going to be available everywhere. Not just this, even if this style.css, if we are importing this style.css in this index.js file, then it is also going to be available everywhere. So we may have a problem of CSS conflicts. That is, we are going to discuss in some other videos, but right now let's keep things as it is and let's continue our code. Okay, so here we're going to say class name equals to container. We have created this container, and within this container we are going to have, now let's have a div tag over here, and here we're going to write a paragraph. In this paragraph we're going to write hello comma I am Rizwan Khan, right? Next we are going to have h1 tag, and here we're going to say software developer, right? So whatever you can write over here. Then we are going to have a small paragraph tab, and here we'll say, you can write anything, right? I'm writing full stack developer using JavaScript, right? And you can write a large paragraph also, that's fine. Okay, so let's see, let's import this hero component over our app.js file, and here we're gonna say hero. Also we need to import this hero component because it is not imported, hero from, and this is going to be available in our components folder, components, and then hero. And see, we have our text, hello, I'm Rizwan Khan, software developer and full stack, right? Now we are going to have, let's go back to our hero, and here we're gonna say, we're going to add a span tag. So now we are going to use our primary color. Let's write over here, I'll say class name, it's to primary color. And you can see this hello is available as a primary color. We can also have a class for uppercase if you want to show everything as an uppercase. As you can see here, everything is an uppercase, right? You can have a class over here. Now you're getting benefited, right? We are writing reusable CSS code, uppercase, and you can see, yeah, this is uppercase. Now we want some boldness over here, so we'll say bold -500, and yes, cool, right? We are also going to have a black color, but a little bit of faded black, not exact black, right? say black, or kind of like dark blue. You can also have that, also looks so good. So we'll have this black color. Okay, so let's copy this and let's go to our index.css file, and primary color, bg color, again we're going to add a color. So we'll say text color. This is our regular color we'll use for all the black. Okay, so we'll say color, paste this with a hashtag. Okay, now let's go to our here component, and here you're gonna say black, or I can have a better name like black, or text color is good enough. Black, right? This is looks nice, right? So hello, I'm Rizwan Khan. Now we are going to apply that color over here as well. So we'll say class name equals to text color. And if you notice, we have a later spacing between the letters, right? So we're going to use ls1 as well. And now it is better. Also, we are going to have ls1 over here. And this is much better. And we're going to change this font full stack developer size. So here we're going to say class name, let's have font size 12, right? And this is so small, kind of, if you want to increase definitely, but fine to me. Also, we're going to have a faded gray color. So let's find a color which you can use as a gray color. This looks great. No, over our background it is not visible much. And let's search for the gray color. Gray color. And yep, let's try something. Let's try this one, AAA. Okay, so let's write this one too in our CSS code. So let's have a gray color. Save this. Now let's go to our app.js file, and here let's go to the here component, and here we're going to say gray. And this looks kind of little bit cool. Now we're going to have an image. So let's have an image. So another section we're going to create for the image. So we'll say image / and alt with an empty string src, and we're going to import an image. Say import, and let's have me from, let's find assets, then we have images, then we have, where is it? So assets and images and me, right, me hyphen right dot png. Okay, so we'll paste over here me, and this is coming like this. Also, we are going to use one more parent div for this. Okay, so here we're going to say class name, that's going to be the parent, right? So we'll say me img me left container, me, sorry, right img container. Copy. Now we are going to use a CSS code, say put style.css, save this, and let's go to our hero component, and here we'll say width, as I told you, the width, I know that's a 276 pixel, and this is what I want. Height is going to be 445 pixel, and let's have an overflow hidden, and let's have the same class again with an image. We'll say max hyphen width, that's going to be 100%, max height, that's again going to be 100%, object fit, that is content. Okay, let's go to the index.js file of component. Let's see, no change because the image size is as it is, right? But that's our kind of requirement for the betterment, right? Now we are going to use one more div over here, and let's wrap this thing inside that. And here we're going to say flex row, right? So this is going to be like side by side, right? Now we're going to have justify space between, right? Now we're going to have some margin over that. Style will say margin from top and bottom, from top only, margin top, not everywhere. Margin top 70 pixel, right? And also we're going to have a align center. So let's say align hyphen center. Yeah, kind of look our current requirement, right? Little bit. Yeah, a little bit. So let's have some spacing around it. So here we are having this class name, span. Let's have margin top bottom 10. And for this software as well, margin top bottom 10. And for this, and for this also, margin top bottom 10. Right? And yes, now we're going to have two action buttons like hire me and download my CV. So for that we are going to create some reusable buttons. So let's go to our components folder and create a folder UI. So we are going to use all the component widget components over this UI folder, right? So here we'll create a file button.js. Let's write our component rfc, and here we'll say button. Okay, here we're gonna say, sorry, not div, but instead of in place of button we're gonna use an anchor tag so we can place links, right? We can navigate to the user somewhere. But let's have hashtag for now. We'll say props.label, and okay, props.label, and of course we're going to have some styling. So here we're going to say box sizing. Box sizing is going to be the border box. Padding from top and bottom, let's have 10 pixel, from left right 20 pixel, and let's have the background color as well. So background, and again we are going to create a style.js file, right, within in the src level source folder, right? So here we'll create a file style.js. So here we're going to keep some javascript code to get the primary color or something, right? Say export const style, and here we'll write not just style, here we'll say colors. This is our style file and we're having colors, say primary color, and here we'll paste our primary color. So let's have the primary color from css file, copy, and style. Now let's have a gray color as well. So gray is going to be hash a 3 times, right? Next we're going to have what else, black color, text color, or black, whatever it is, good, black. And let's go to the index.css file. This is our black color. So these three is our current requirement. Let's have these only, right? Let's go to the button, and here we're going to say props not, we're going to have colors, and you can see it's imported over here, colors, and let's write primary color. Next color is going to be a normal white color, right? So this is white, we know the hex code, and white color, and that's it, right? And display is going to be block. Now let's use this and how it is looking. Okay, so let's go to our hero component index.js, and over here we're going to import that. We'll say, sorry, we're going to say button component label is going to be hire me. So button is over here, imported over here. Let's go and see, it is coming like this, totally not as per our requirement. Now let's add a border radius. So here we are going to say border radius, let's say 20 pixel. Save this, and so yeah, this is fine. And display instead of block, we'll say inline block, right? So it is going to have limited width, right? So this is fine. Now we are going to write some global anchor tag code to remove the default styling. So we'll say anchor tag and text hyphen decoration, that is going to be none. And by default the color you can change, but let's have, yeah, for the now we can say the color, let's say color hashtag, oh okay, sorry, it is going to be like something else, hashtag this one. Okay, now let's go to the button.js file, and here this is our normal button, right? We can have a border radius, box shadow also, box hyphen shadow, sorry, it's a box shadow, and 0 0 10 pixel 0, and then we need some kind of a green color. We'll check in the console. Yeah, so here we can do inspect, and let's inspect this button. And where is the box shadow? Let's have a green color, which looks nice enough. Yeah, so yeah, this one is fine. Let's copy this and let's paste over here. Okay, and so this is our button CSS code. Also we are going to create some inverse property, right? So this button we are going to use one more time. Let's recreate this, and here you can see instead of hire me, I'm gonna say download CV, and you can see we have this download CV button, right? But we need something like this. We want something like that. Okay, so here we're gonna say where is that? So let's go to the button again, and here we're gonna say we're going to write some inverse property, props dot inverse. If inverse is true, then we are going to say the color is going to be the transparent, else the color is going to the primary color. And if again for props dot inverse, if that's true, then we are going to say the color is going to be primary color, colors dot primary color, else it is going to be the white color. And inline block is fine. Box shadow also we need if in case of normal button, right? If inverse true, then we don't need that box shadow, so we'll say simply none, right? Save this, and okay, let's save this, and let's go to our hero component, and here in the button here we'll say inverse, that is going to be true. And yes, we also need a border, so we can show this one too. So here we'll go button, and we are going to say border, we'll say 1 pixel solid, and then we're going to say border color, sorry, not collapse, it's color, border color. And here we're going to say color is going to be the colors, sorry, colors dot primary color, and this is going to be display only when inverse is true. Props dot inverse true, otherwise it is going to be the transparent, right? Oh, so this is looking nice. And yeah, we can change the font size also. Let's have a font size that is going to be 12, and this is fine. We can also have later spacing. Let's see, we have, no, we don't have later spacing, but we can have the font weight. Font weight, we can have 400. Font weight, is it working? I think we have a later spacing. 1 pixel. Okay, now this is looking nice, and we want some spacing between these two buttons. For that, we'll go back to the index.js and we'll wrap these two buttons within a div tag, right? And let's give a space over here. Let's have this button too. Okay, save this, and here we're gonna say class name margin left right 10, and this is coming as a block, right? So yes, we need one more div to use a class flex row. Let's have these two button inside this. Okay, save this, and here we're gonna say class name that is going to flex row, and this is fine, right? Also, we are going to have some spacing around it, so we'll say style. I think spacing is much bigger. We'll say margin, sorry, it's margin top and bottom. Let's have 30 pixel, left right 0, and this is nice. Okay, so this is nice, and we're gonna have below this thing we have this what I do specializing in, right? So this is a card component, so we're going to use a reusable card component, and then we're going to use this what I do specializing is kind of same for all the sections, expertise, specialist skills. So we're going to create reusable components now. So this is hero. We are done with the hero. Of course, we'll add some animation and we'll make it responsive very soon. So let's create one more component, and here we are going to say that is going to be specializing. Here we'll say specializing, right? Hopefully spelling is correct. Specializing, right? So here we have specializing, and of course we're gonna have a class container, and within this we are gonna say we need two different text. Oh, what? Yeah, save this, and what I do, and so here we'll create a para tag again. We'll say what I do, and next line is going to be the specializing in. Okay, so here save this, and here we are getting something, we're getting nothing because we need to import that specializing component. Specializing, right? Let's have this one, specializing. Okay, yeah, so we have what I do. Let's reload what I do and specializing in. Now let's go to our specializing component. So here we're gonna have some, we are gonna reuse this component, right? We'll say is class name, and here we'll say uppercase. That's the first thing we're gonna do. Uppercase of font hyphen, let's say the 14, and bold, let's say 5 or 400. And the color is gonna be the primary color ls1, letter spacing 1. Of course I need a bigger size, right? Font 500. Okay, and we need a text center also, text hyphen center. Also we need margin top bottom 10. Okay, so this is one, and now let's take this thing, let's copy this thing and create within the UI component. We're gonna say this is going to be small heading, small heading.js, and let's create the component. and here we'll say small heading, and here we are expecting a text, right? So here we'll say text, and of course let's replace this thing. Here we'll say text. Okay, and that's fine. Small heading with all this class names and all. Let's go to the specializing component, and now let's remove this thing. Say here small heading, and now we'll pass our text that is going to be what I do. Okay, and let's import that small heading also. Small heading from component UI small heading, and yes, this small heading is working well. Now also the same thing we're going to do for specializing. So for the specializing, we're going to write some class that is going to be the font -25, and of course we don't need uppercase, that is but capitalize, right? 25 capitalize, and let's save this. Also let's have ls1 that is spacing, and here you can see this is coming like this. Let's have the text color class, okay, and also have the bold -500, and also need text center. Okay, cool. Now let's copy this also and create our medium heading, medium component, medium heading.js. Let's say RFC medium heading, and here let's replace this thing. Okay, and also let's expect a text over here. Just remove this thing. Okay, now let's add that medium heading. Text, we're gonna say specializing. Okay, specializing, and you can see what I do, specializing. Also we need to create a card. As you can see, this is within a card, right? So we need a card also. So what I do, and we need a card. Also we can have index from the font family. We don't have 600, but we can have a 600. Let's try to have that one. So here you can see the 700. Let's have bold -600. Say font weight 600. Okay, let's go to the hero component, specializing in, and let's go to small 600. Save this medium heading 600, and yeah, kind of looks better. Okay, now let's create a card also. So let's create a card. I'm going to create a folder for that, because we are going to have separate style file for that. So here we're going to say index.js. Within a card, let's create a file, index.js, and one more file as style.css. Let's write our RFC component, RFC, and here we'll say card. Okay, now let's import our style CSS, and we're going to write a class, right? Class name that is going to be a card. And here I'm expecting we may have a different class, we may have more class, but card is going to be the default class. Okay, let's write first the class props. Okay, so let's go to the style.css. Here we'll say card, and the background color for all the cards, which make it look like a card, that's a white. Let's have a border radius. Now let's have 2 pixels, and a box -sizing, that is going to be a border box, and width is going to be 100%. Okay, now let's go to the index star. Let's go to our specializing component and let's write our card component. Okay, card is over here, and let's take this inside the card. And where is our card? Yeah, so here we have these two components. We have to use props.children to display the content. So let's write over here props.children. Okay, this is fine. And also, like, for now you can see I want to add some styling. I want to add some padding over the card, around the card, right? But from here, right, for the different sections we may have different level of padding, and we want to add something like that, like style equals to padding, let's say 30 pixel. And it is not going to work because we are not writing style in the native card component. So what we have to do, let's extract some components. So let's extract what is it, the style component, right? And then the rest will be over here, right? Next we'll say style. If you want to override the styling, say style. And if you want to, if you are going to have any other property, that we are going to simply spread over here. Okay, save it. Now if you want more classes over here, then definitely you can write that class. Okay, here we'll try to extract class name. We may have some additional classes, right, for our card. So let's say class name equals to null. Okay, so if there's a class name, then we'll get the class name, otherwise we'll assign this to null, and then we'll check over here, class name. If that class name is true, then we'll use some class. So here the existing class is card, and then we'll attach additional class over here. Otherwise it is going to be just a card, right? And here it is going to be a const class, and here instead of card we'll say class. Oh, we can't use this class, that's already existing keyword, so we'll say underscore class. Let's copy and let's paste over here. Now save this. Now this is fine, right? So we can have additional classes if you want. So this is fine. Let's go to our component specializing, and we are passing this style attribute over here. Let's see, let's reload. Props is not defined, UI card index. Okay, this props is not defined, right? So because we are destructuring props, so we can also say over here children, right? So now you can see this is fine, right? We're getting what I do and specializing. You can increase the padding if you want. Let's increase that. Instead of 30, we'll say 50 pixel. Okay, so this is our padding, what I do and specializing. Now it's time to add our skills. So we have this section, and here you can see we have some skills, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript and all. And here we are using a progress bar. So how can you add a progress? First thing you can do totally by yourself by using JavaScript and CSS. But here I will just save my time. I will use a existing library. So let me show you where you can download that. So here we have React circular progress bar. You can search like that, and you can go to this npm package and you can install this package, right? So you can have different types of progress bars as well as animations. So it is a kind of simple and useful library, and it works well. So let's install this library. Okay, so here we'll go, and this is our component VS Code. Let's go to the terminal, and here, so here we'll add that. Okay, we'll say yarn. So I'm using yarn. If you're using npm, you can do npm install, but I'm doing yarn add, and then react hyphen circular hyphen progress, what is that? Circular progress bar, React-circular progress bar. Now let's hit enter and it will install this library. Now how to use that library, you can simply see the little bit of documentation what you have to do. So you need to import this library, and here we have few things. Yeah, so here you can see how can you use. So you can import this library and then you can write it as a component, and if you want to apply some style, you want to change the progress color, percentage and all, then here you can also import a function that's a build style. You have to call this function, and you have to also give a number like the percentage and your strength in a particular skill, right? So let's have a simple example from this. So here you can see the code sandbox example for a live demo. So you can open this link and you can see some examples how to use that. So you can see how to use that. Here different flavors of progress bars are available, but simply we're going to use a simple one. So here we have this piece of code, and what we have to do, we have to use this React circular progress bar, and we have to import these two things. Let's take the example of the first one, the default. So where's the default? Here is the default. Copy this, and of course we need to change the color also. So custom color, custom colors. Let's copy this one and let's minimize this. So here this is the card, and let's have a div. Within this div we'll write this circular progress bar, and let's import this circular progress bar. Say import and from, and here we're going to say React circular progress bar, and from here we are going to import this circular progress bar component, and then we'll say build styles. So here we are writing this, and we need a percentage, so we'll say the percentage 70%, and also you have to show in the label that's going to again be 70%. Build style, text color, path color and trail color. So you can remove the trail color, but text color you can use whatever you want. So let's see this output and the path color. And let's see the installation is done or not. Yeah, so installation is completed, right? Let's go and check over here. Let's reload, and you can see we're getting this progress, right? So also we need to use a style sheet, that's why it is not looking good. So here you can see how to use this style. So you can use this like that. Just copy this, and let's close this, and let's paste over here. Save this. Now let's reload it, and now it is looking good, but it's too big, right? So let's have a small size, and instead we can have this in a separate component as a skill component. Okay, let's copy this, and within this UI we're going to create a file again, or a folder. So let's say skill. Within this skill we'll create a file, index.js. Also we'll create one more file that's a style within skill, right? Style.css. Let's have a component, and here say skill. Let's paste circular progress bar code. Save this. Let's go to the specializing component, and let's copy these two lines of code and cut from here. Basically it's not needed here. Now let's go to the skill and let's paste over here. Okay, so the text color you can simply say over here. So what are we expecting? Props dot text color and path color. So path color props dot path color, and of course props dot value And also we can show the same thing, props dot value. Okay, save this. So we need to pass this text color, path color, and the value, 3 things. Also we that's fine. Yeah, we can have something like a div to also show the label, like what is this a skill. Okay, save this. And after this circular progress bar, we can have a div, and here we can say props dot skill name, and also let's have a p tag. And let's have one more p tag. Here we'll say props dot description. So skill description, okay, skill name and skill description. Now let's so this is 2 things, right? Now let's go to your component, and here we're going to import that skill. Okay, so we'll say skill name, let's write HTML CSS, skill description, hands-on experience, on in HTML and CSS. So this is going to be a string, and let's remove this comma also, and let's import the skill also. Say skill UI skill, and also let's have a value, so it is 70%, right? And path color and text color. Text color, let's for the moment let's have red, and path color let's have green, and also let's remove this comma. So yes, this is working fine, we're getting everything. Now let's go to the index again, and this is our div, right? Let's wrap this circular within a div progress bar. Let's have this one, let's wrap this, so we can have some parent level styling. Plus name, we can say skill container. Let's copy this, and also import the style sheet. So import style.css, and here we'll say skill container. Let's have a width, that's a 80 pixel, height 80 pixel, overflow hidden. Okay, and this is much better, you can see over here, and that's coming as 70%. Okay, let's go index.js, and so the text color and path color we have to choose. So we can have some colors from the color hunt. For the HTML CSS, I generally prefer to use orange color, so we'll say orange. Okay, looks like this. Here we'll say specializing, and text, sorry, not the text, the part color. Okay, save this. And text color, you can have any color. What is this color? Primary color. Yeah, for the text color we'll choose a primary color. Say colors dot primary colors dot primary color. So we have to import the colors. Import colors from style. So this is looking nice, but this color is not as per the expectation. Yeah, this one is kind of good, right? Now we want this to be on the right side, right? So we'll have okay, let's go to our skill, and this is our parent div. We'll say class name that is going to be a flex row, and this is like this, and then we'll say align center, and of course we are going to change the font size and everything for the text. So let's go, I will say class name that is going to be a font hyphen 12 and too small, right? So we'll say 16. Is it 16? Yeah. And we'll say bold hyphen 500. Color is going to be the text color, and we'll say margin left right 10. Same goes for this description, and 16 will say 14, right? Or maybe not 14, even less than that, but this looks good. So here we'll say left right 10, and instead of text color we'll say gray color. So let's remove this MLR10 from here as well as from here, and add margin top bottom 10, and also on the top margin top bottom 10, and see is it working. Yeah, so here you can see we have top and bottom 10 pixel, because of that it's around 20 pixel in between, right? And next thing we can have here class name margin left right, that's 10. That is gonna work, right? So this is fine, looking great. And so this is how we have created our skill. Now let's go to this specializing section, and we can create a constant with skills like this with an array. And here we can have some things, few things like skill name. We'll say over here that's HTML CSS. Next we are gonna have description, so that is going to be hands-on experience on HTML CSS. After this we are gonna have a value that is going to be 70. Then we are gonna have text color, and that is going to be colors.primary color. Next we're going to have path color, and that is going to be a sum color, right? So this one, for this case it is this one. Okay, now let's create 7 more skills like that. So let's paste this thing, or you can have this in a separate file. So this is our skills we have arranged like that. You can also create in the same way, right, to save the time and just to iterate through it. So we'll simply say instead we'll say skills dot map skill. Of course we need skill comma index, and let's use this thing over here. Let's save this. Here we'll say skill name, skill name, hands-on experience, skill description, skill value, primary color, and then here we're gonna have skill path color. save this. Okay, also we need a key because we are iterating through, so whenever you're using map function or any kind of loop in React, then you must need to add a key to make a difference between all the elements. So we'll say index. Let's go here and you can see everything is coming as expected. So we want some kind of styling over here, right? So let's go to this here, say class name that is going to be the flex row, and we'll add one more class, that's a wrap, and I will show what is this class. Let's go to the index.css and here we'll add a wrap class, say wrap, and here we'll say flex wrap is actually the wrap. So it is simply going to wrap if things are going out of the boundary. Okay, so it will wrap and take the items down. So let's go to the specializing and flex row and wrap. So you can see it is coming like this, but still it is not as per our requirement, right? So we have to have some spacing between them. So let's also use a class that's a justify space between. Right, now it is better. Let's have a padding. Let's have a padding around them. Padding, say 30 pixel. Okay, kind of nice. And as or you may have more padding. So let's have 50. Okay, great. Now let's have padding around the circular progress bar. Okay, so that's a skill. We can go to the skill, and so this is every component. Here we have, let's say margin top bottom 10, and great enough. But now we are gonna remove this padding 50 and back to the 30 because we added that thing. So here it is like this, and it is looking so good. Okay, so this is how we created our what I do and specializing component, and it is specializing in, not just specializing. So let's go to the specializing component, specializing in. You can see it's coming as a specializing in. So now we have created our specializing section, right? We have listed down all of our skills, right? And with all the strength we have. Now we are going to work on our next section, that's expertise section. So you can see over here, after the specializing section, we have this expertise section. We have an image which is coming from left side, right? With an animation. Also we have some social media connect links, like you can follow me on some places. And then finally we have a my special skills, like 70% development, so you can add like that. Okay, so let's jump on it and create that. So here let's go over here. This is our hero and specializing section. We are going to create a new component, that's expertise, right? So we'll create a folder, expertise. Inside this we're going to create a folder let's have a file, index.js, and one more file, that's style.css. Okay, now let's create the expertise component, rfc, and here we'll give it a name, expertise, right? And also remove this text and add a class container. So we'll have this thing in the center of the page, and we'll say container. Next we are going to have a div, and within this div we'll write our headings. So we'll use a small heading component, right, with text. We'll say expertise. Next, what we have, okay, we have to import this component also, so we'll say import small heading from the UI folder, right? So yes, small heading. Also we'll import a medium heading, so here we'll say medium heading, and we'll write our medium heading, say medium heading. Okay, now here we'll say special skills, save this, and after that we're going to have a card. We'll say card, and inside this card we'll write our circular progress. So you can see over here we have the progress bar again with 70% development, right? So we'll go and write our this code. Okay, so we'll say we'll first import the circular progress bar, import from React-circular progress bar, and then we'll import our circular progress bar and then build styles for writing styles. Okay, next we're gonna say over here circular progress bar, and we'll write a constant so we can change the development scale later, right? Say const percentage, and right now I will say 70, right? And here circular progress bar I will say the value that is going to be a percentage. Next we're going to have value in percentage, right? You can also check in this scale component, and here we have this thing. So let's copy these two things and let's go to our expertise index.js file, right? Paste over here, and here text is not this one, but we'll say, what is it? It's percentage, and build style text color. Text color will say for the text color we can use any color. And what do you want to use for the path color? For sure we're going to use colors dot primary color, and now let's import this primary color. Import colors from and let's come out and style. Let's write over here colors. Okay, and here we'll say colors dot primary color. For the text color you can have any color. Let's have the same color, colors, or not this, colors dot primary color. Of course we need to wrap this thing within a container so we can have our style, otherwise it is going to look a very huge component, right? So let's have this one inside this div, and we'll give it a class name, or we can simply have styling directly, style. So we'll say width, that is going to be the 80 pixel, height, that is going to be 80 pixel, and width, height 80 pixel. That's it, right? Go and check over here. It is not coming. We have to import this component, right? So let's go to our app.js file, and here we'll import our special expertise component, and my VS Code is not working properly. It should add things automatically. I'm expecting too much from it. So here, and it is making me lazy, so it's okay. What we can do now, card is not defined. Let's go over here and let's import the card, or let's copy one of them in the same directory. So here we'll say card, save, and you can see we have our special skills, right? With the proper sizing, right? Now the card is looking too huge and this is not our requirement. So what we can do here, we can say, first of all, we need to have a spacing, like around this we have in this card we have a padding of 50 pixel, right? So we can have the same padding over here, say styling, and we can say over here like padding from top and bottom 50 pixel, from left right 0, and fine. And here we'll say for the card, right? For the card we can say the padding, say style padding, let's have 30 pixel, and yeah, great enough. But this card needs to be sized, right? So we'll say width let's say the minimum size I can use 320 pixel, right? So here, yeah, cool. Next we are going to have a text, right? So we'll say development. Okay, so how it is looking, yeah, development. So here we can say h2 tag, and here we can say the development. You can use any tag in all the cases you're going to style this thing. So right now it is coming like a stack, right? We want this to be horizontal. So what we can do, this is our first element, and this is our second, and this is our card, right? So here we can have like class name equals to flex row, and yeah, great. And then we'll say align hyphen center, and yes. And for this development, we are going to have some styling. So we'll say text color. And if you want leader spacing, you can add, it depends on you. Okay. And okay, let's have some spacing, margin left, right, 10. Yeah, cool. Now below of these two things, we are going to have a small paragraph. So this is our card, and in this card, okay, so okay, we need to have one more div, right? Because these two things will be just in a single line, in the first row, and the second will be the paragraph. So yes, we have to have a one more div, and let's copy these two things, paste inside. So what I've used over here, let's just copy paste. Let's cut it from here because it is not required there anymore. And let's have over here, right? So this is over the div, this is the row, first row, and the second row we are going to have a paragraph, or we can simply have a paragraph, and you can write anything. Let's say lorem ipsum, or what I've written. A small paragraph is required, right? Okay, so forget about lorem ipsum. We'll say JavaScript is one of the greatest programming language I have ever, or whatever, one of the greatest programming language. That's enough, too much. Okay, so here we'll say class name equals to, first we'll have a color, so we'll say gray color, and let's remove this. Yeah, so it is coming like this. Let's have some spacing, so we can say margin top bottom 10, right? And let's change the font size, let's say 12, and smallest, right? And also if you want, you can have some spacing, but this looks cool to me. Now I want this thing to be the center, right? So what I can do, this is our card, and this is not in the center. So we'll have a class, and or we can say let's say margin top and bottom 0, left, right, auto. Yeah, cool. So it is exactly in the center, but I just forgot I also have a class for that. Yeah, funny thing, right? So let's have a class name equals to mAuto. So this is our class we have created. Or just for the reminding, I will check once. Auto. Oh, do we have any class like that? Okay, we don't have a class, so we'll create one class. So here we'll say where we have all the paddings and margin. Okay, let's have here m-auto, margin top and bottom 0, left, right, auto. Okay, now we have this class mAuto. Now we can use this class mAuto. Okay, so here, so this card is already a class, and because of our feature we have in the card of merging two classes, so we are merging mAuto class with the card class. You're getting my point, right? So this is how it is working. Now we have our special skills and all, but this is not just enough. We want a kind of special spacing around this card, so we can adjust our image like that. Otherwise this space will not be enough, right? So we'll have some spacing around this card, more spacing, right? So let's go to the card and padding 30 pixel, let's say margin top and bottom 100 pixel, left right 0. And let's go to our card, and this is not working. It's because of this thing. Let's remove this class name, what I'm doing. Oh man, here we'll say auto. Okay, now we have enough space to adjust an image. As you can see, we need a lot of space to have this image around this section, right? Otherwise, if you do not provide a space, then this head will go above and will touch this one, because this is going to have a position absolute. Okay, so we'll adjust the sizing again, but just let's have like this. Okay, now let's we're gonna add this image, right, what we have over here. So we'll say import me from assets, then we have images, and then we have what we have left hyphen me dot png, right? Assets, images, and left, sorry, it's me hyphen left. Save this, and now let's use this. So as we are going to apply a position absolute over this, so it is not going to affect anything over here, everything will be as it is, but of course we need to adjust this one. So here we'll say within the container, and here we'll say a div, right? And we're gonna have the image, or of course you can create a component to have a reusable component to have just fluctuate or toggle images, right? We'll do that later. Okay, so we'll do like this. First src, say me alt is going to be empty, so we'll not have any warning for the image, it's required in the React. And let's save this. So here you can see, so it is just on the top because the position is not absolute. So we'll have absolute, then it will simply come over here. Okay, so we'll have a class over here, class name equals to write img me container. Let's copy this, save, and let's import the style.css. Let's go to your styling, and here we'll say write mg container. We'll have a width that is going to be 276 pixel, height is going to be 445 pixel, overflow is of course going to be hidden, and position is going to be absolute. So we'll say top, not like this, top is going to be the 0. So as you can see, this head is going on the top of this, above this expertise, right? And I want a kind of thing like needs to be equal to this expertise. You can see over here it is coming just like this one, right? So the problem is here, let me show you. Now let's remove this padding, because we have given a padding, right? Let's remove this, save. Now let's reload this, and you can see this is coming exactly on the same level. This is what I was expecting. Now what we have to do, this container has a position relative. If you see over here, index.css, where's the container? Yeah, position relative. So you can see top 0 and everything is gonna work fine. Okay, that's not an issue. Let's go to the expertise section, and here we're gonna have a style, and we're going to have a margin or padding. It's like both is gonna work. So we'll simply say margin top and bottom 50 pixel, left right 0. Okay, and of course not this thing. So we'll say margin top 50 pixel. Let's remove this 0. And yeah, this is fine. So this is what I was expecting. Cool, right? So this is one thing we have achieved. Now we are going to create a component that is going to be a social connect. Okay, so here we'll say you can create a component social connect anywhere, wherever you want. Let's create over here first. So we'll say connect, social connect, right? div, and here we'll say social connect, save, and you can see we're getting this social connect. Now we're going to create a reusable component. So within the UI folder, I'm going to have a folder, or yeah, folder is fine. We'll say social connect. In this we're going to have a file index.js, and inside this we are going to have another file. Oh, I'm having this one. Here we'll say style.css. So this is our index.js file and this is our style.css file. Now we'll write the same component again. Okay, so we'll say social connect, and now let's remove this social connect. We're gonna have our social connect. So here we'll say an anchor tag, right, with href, so we can, of course, this anchor tag we are going to have to navigate from to our social media profiles. Now temporary will say hash, and within this we need an img tag and src, right? So we are going to use some images, alt, and I want to show you something that's social icons, right? So within our assets folder we have a folder social icons, and within this folder we have images, right? You already know about this: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And I didn't tell you we also have a file index.js, and this is a file for like the group of things, right? If you have similar group of images or anything, then you can group in the same place, and you can write an index file and you can import that folder. So it will directly if you import this folder, then it will find our index.js file and it will import everything whatever it will see as a default export, right? So here we have written Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn with the JavaScript or Node.js require statement. We're importing all the images that is in the same directory, right? So for /Facebook, and don't forget to add this property .default, otherwise it is not going to work. Okay, now let's go back to our social connect, and here we're gonna say social icons. And so here you can see the social icons is imported from the social icons folder, and then you can say dot first we want to import Facebook. Let's copy these things, copy and paste over here, paste and paste 4 times. After the Facebook we are gonna have let's say Instagram, then YouTube, and then LinkedIn, right? Save this. Now let's have a class also. Say class name, that is going to be the social connect. Inside this anchor tag we are going to have a class name like social link, and let's copy this class name social link. This makes this anchor tag different from other anchor tags because this connects to our social profile. Okay, so here we'll say all the classes social. Let's save this, and for the social connect we are going to write some CSS code. So we'll say here, so we're going to have something a circular background, a white color card type thing. So we'll say background, and here we'll say background, the color is going to be white. Next we're going to have width. Okay, we'll say width is like 300 pixel, and then height we can have a height like 40 pixel, and display is going to be flex. Then we are going to have justify content center, line item center. So all the things will be in the center within this social connect class, right? Save this, and let's go to our expertise component and import that social connect file. So let's remove this, it is not required anymore. We'll say social connect, and let's see it's importing or not. So we have to import this one, right? We'll say import social connect from our UI folder, right? So here we'll say social connect. Now let's go to the image, and you can see it is coming like this, and the background white is visible, but that's small compared to the icons, so we have to resize those icons. Okay, so with social connect, we'll say this one, social links. Save this. Let's go and check, and something wrong. So style.css is over here, class is social link. Let's copy this class and let's go to the style sheet. So it's not links, it's social link. And yes, so it's looking very small. Here you can see, but that's the image is just like over here. I have given the overflow hidden. Right now we have to adjust the image. So we'll say social connect dot social link, an img tag. We'll say max hyphen width 100%, max hyphen height 100%, and this is perfect, right? Next we are going to have a border. So we'll say border 5 pixel solid, and I will have a background white, right? I will show you why I need a white background. So right now it is not visible, but when we will apply box shadow, then it will be visible. We'll say box shadow 0 0 10 pixel 0, a color like this one. And here you can see, yes, right now it is visible, right? So this is our final. When we are going to hover, then we are going to see this look. Otherwise, it is going to be a normal, right? So let's have a little bit of a spacing around it. Say margin from left, right, 2 pixel. From top and bottom, 0 from left, right, 2 pixel. Okay, and okay, cool. And then we are going to have some transition, so we can show some animations, right? So transition, and here we'll say what we are going to transit. So we are going to use a box shadow, and then we are going to use border. Also we are going to use transform. So we'll say transform for 0.2 seconds, time function ease out. Also we want to change the box shadow. We'll say box hyphen shadow, and this is also for 0.2 second ease out time function. Okay, now let's write our code. So we'll say social connect social link, and when we are going to hover the social link, then we are going to show the we're going to show some animation, right? So we'll say transform, sorry, it's a transform scale. Let's increase the size by 1.1, and here you can see, and it is not working. Oh, actually this is not social link, it is connect, and this is working now, right? So this is looking like this. Also we don't want to show the show this box shadow and all in the first stage, right? So we'll say over here okay, box shadow. So we want to show the box shadow. So here we don't want to show the back box shadow. Let's remove this and let's add over here. Okay, now this is looking normal, and then you are seeing some effect, right? This is looking nice. Now let's have some text like follow me on something. We'll say span follow me on. Save this, and let's have some class name over here. So we'll say text color, then we are gonna have font 12 or 14 is fine. Okay, follow me on, and this thing. Now let's reset the size. Okay, so it is coming like this. Now we also want to have alignment center. Yeah, alignment is already centered. Now we want to give some border radius, so it will be like circular from 2 sides. Okay, so we'll say social connect, we'll say border radius. Oh, what is this? Border radius 20 pixel, and this is circular, right? This is exactly what I was looking for. Now this section is completed actually. Okay, let's have another component. So where is expertise, hero, specializing? The next component we are going to have education, right? So we go and check this thing. So you're gonna see we have this education, not education but portfolio. So let's have this portfolio also. Let's go to our components, and here we're going to create a folder that we're going to say latest projects. Inside this we will create a file that's index.js and one more file that's style.css. Within this we are going to create a component. We'll say rfc and we'll say latest projects. Let's remove this text from here. Let's have a class name that we're going to say a container. And this is coming like this. Of course we want to have some space over here, so let's have class name over here. We'll say project img container. Let's copy this class name, also import the style, import style.css. okay, so where is it? This is components, right? Latest project, yeah. So here we'll say style, and we're gonna have some width that is going to be let's say 400 pixel, and width is fine. We don't want to show the height because that is going to be adjusted automatically, and overflow is going to be hidden, and that's all. So here we'll say project image container img and say max hyphen width, that is going to be the 100%. okay, so this is coming like this, and I think this is not very good. So let's go over here, and this is flex row, right? So let's apply align hyphen center, and nice. And then we'll have spacing, so we'll say justify hyphen space between, right? And then we'll have some spacing around the image. So let's go to our style.css file, and here we'll say padding, or you can also have the margin top and bottom 0, left right. Let's have 30 pixel. okay, or you can have more, or simply you can increase the image size if you want to give more space to the image. 500, right? And see the, yeah, instead 30 will say margin 50. And then latest portfolio, latest project is here. Go to the index.js, justify space between, and we are going to apply something over here. So it needs to be in the center, but it is not coming in the center. That's because of existing CSS we have for this small heading and medium heading, right? Okay, let's have over here class name that is going to be text hyphen center. So here you can see we have given class text center, but this isn't working, right? So it's because of we have a flex row over here, right? So the whole card has a flex row, right? And we have a space between. So the required space captured by these section is this much only, right? So as per this space, it is already in the center, and so this is the space in the middle. You can see this is there's a white space in the middle, and that we can't use because of we have given space between. So the items automatically occupied their available spaces and leave the extra space and leave. Okay, so what we can do, we can apply the flex again over here. So let's remove this thing, and we'll say styling is equal to, and here we'll say flex, we'll say display or flex, right? Then we'll say flex 1. So what it is going, it's going to capture complete space, the available space, okay, except this 500, right? Next, what we will say flex direction. So we are giving flex, so what it is going to do, it will be like horizontal, first portfolio then latest project will come in the same line. I don't want that behavior, so we'll say flex direction, that is going to the column, so it will be in the vertical, okay, column. Next, justify content, that is going to be the center, okay. See the output, yeah, now it is centered, occupied the available space, okay. So this is our portfolio latest project. Now we'll have a button over here, so let's have a button as well, say button, and here we'll have a label, and we'll say what is it, we'll say hi, okay, portfolio, right? What is the button name? Portfolios, yes, the button name is portfolios. And let's, okay, we don't have, we have to import that button also, so let's copy this, and here we'll say button, and here also we'll say button, okay, save, and let's go here, and you can see we have our button, but this is as we have given some flex direction, flex, right, flex 1, so it is taking the complete space. Yes, so this is a problem. How to solve this? Let's have a div over here, and we'll say portfolios, and still the same. Yeah, this is fine, this is working. Now we are going to have a class, so we'll say class name, margin top column, that is going to be 10, and here this is portfolios, and then we have latest projects. Actually we are going to have some spacing, this project, and we can also use some different text because this is coming as a small capitalized, right? And here we have uppercase, okay, so we can adjust that, but why this thing is not in the center? This button needs to be in the center. So what we can do, flex row, and now it is in center, right? So what do you want? You want me to change this uppercase, right? We can have some props over here, so we'll say style text transform style text transform, will say uppercase. Save this, and now let's go to our medium heading. So where is our medium heading? Inside the UI we have a medium heading, and here we can say props, right? So style will be applied automatically, or we can simply save few things. Don't want to mess, so we'll say props dot style, okay. And as it is saying the props style is not defined, say style, and we'll remove this thing. Okay, now go down, and you can see we have this our latest project. Nice. Next section we are going to have education, right? So latest project, UI is done. Inside the components we'll create a folder, we'll say education, right? Inside the the better name we can have qualification. Inside this we are gonna have a file that's index.js, Also we'll have one more file, that's style.css, and within qualification we'll say RFC. Oh man, we have written something that needs to be a string, right? And here it is. So as you can see, we're getting education, we're getting qualification, right? And here after the education we'll have this one. Okay, qualification and education, qualification education, we have these two things. Okay, so qualification and education. Next we can have a space around this, so let's have a class name, we'll say container, and that is not gonna affect, but here we'll say styling, margin or padding, top and bottom 50 pixel, left right 0, right? Create a space, or you can avoid the space, it's not a problem. That's enough. So here we have qualification. Next we are going to have two things. Div. Inside the divs we'll have one more div, and here we'll show again our image. So we'll import me from, and here we'll say let's come out and assets, and then images, and then left. So here we want to do some changes. We don't need this width. Okay, let's remove this, and let's take this thing div inside our image component, because that's not absolute, this is something the part of the section. And here I will say from top and bottom text 10 pixel, from left right 5 pixel, and here we'll say center instead of space between, and we're going to reload this. Now we want to have some container for this image, so it is going to round this thing up as well. So here we'll say class name, that's going to be me, and container me, again we'll say me left container, save. Now let's import the styling as well, import style.css. So now we need to import our image, and I just realized we are repeating our images. So if you see on the top we have the image on the right side, and on the third section expertise, again we have an image, but this image positioning is absolute and this image is not absolute. Okay, so it has it is on the within the container, it has a flex property, and it has the spacing between them, right? But this image is absolute, so there is no comparison. Next we are going to have one more image, so we can have a component, image component, and that we can use again and again. So we can create a component, that's not an issue, but let's create it now in a normal way. We'll say let's come out of it and assets and then images and then left hyphen it's me hyphen left, say me hyphen left, sorry, it's hyphen left dot png, right, png, and let's save this. So we need to show our image over here, say image, and here alt is going to be empty string, src is going to be me, and we are going to have one more div. So we are going to have two bundles, one is the image and on the right side we are going to have educations. We'll say div, and here we're going to have our education details, say education. And what I noticed over here, so education, and this needs to be as qualifications, and this is going to be my education, right? And let's save this, let's go back to the screen. You can see we are getting qualification education, we have got our image, this is already sized image like 276 by 445 pixel, but we need to have some flex property over here. We'll say class name, we'll say flex row, and so it will be like side by side and like this, right? Now below this image we're going to have two action buttons, hire me and download CV. This is like same the hero component, right? So we'll simply add those two buttons. So let's add the button, and here we'll say button from the button component. Okay, next we are going to add the button just below of it, or let's have it inside the div, so we can have spacing between the button. We can use our class, right? Margin left, right, or something like that. We'll say button, and here we'll say label equals to, that is going to be hire me. And next again we are going to have a button. Here we'll say this is going to be self-closing component, and label is going to be download CV, right? So let's save it, and let's go and check over here, not here but here. So it is coming like this. We want a white background over here, so what we can do, this is our image, this is for our button. So here we can wrap this thing not like this but div, and here we can say, and here you can write a class or you can directly write inline style property, that's both works. So it's up to you. You can write a separate style class, and that is going to make your code more cleaner, right? So yeah, we can write, let's write over here for now. We'll say we don't need a width, and we're gonna say the background color is going to be white, and of course we're going to have a padding. We'll say padding from top and bottom 10 pixel, from left right 20 pixel, and then box hyphen sizing is going to be the border box, and and display will say, let's see how it is looking. Okay, let's go check, let's reload this thing, and it is not coming over here. Yeah, it's coming. So here it is. So here it is coming like this, but we want these two buttons needs to be just aligned side by side, right? So let's go, and here we are gonna say okay, so here we'll say either display, that is going to be the flex, and justify content, that is going to be the center, and yes, perfect. Now we are going to have a border radius. We'll say border radius going to be 20 pixel, and now it is circular. Now we want to have some space between these two buttons, so that's why I have written this extra div, right? So we're gonna have some advantage over here. Say class name equals margin left right hyphen 10. So from margin left right we are gonna have 10, and we can have here also class name margin left right hyphen 10. so it is going to be the 20 pixel, right? And we want this button to be like inverse property, so we'll say inverse equals to true. Save, and you can see it is like a normal button. Let's see how it is looking. Yeah, so yeah, cool and fine. Let's see one more final time. We can change this to let's say from left right 10 pixel, from top and bottom 5 pixel. Let's see how is it looking. And if you remove this box sizing, what is going to happen? Not nice. Top and bottom 10 pixel. Okay, and one of them you can remove if you don't want, or that's fine. Yeah, cool. So we have like this. Now we want education that needs to be on the right side, so we'll say let's remove this education, and here we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna create a tile component. So till now we don't have any tile component, but we will create very soon. So we'll say university, which university, knockout, and we are gonna have medium title, medium title or large title. Here we're gonna say the degree, right? Computer science and engineering. Okay, next we are gonna have a description of the degree. So here you can write anything. Okay, so your favorite subject, preference, anything. Let's say lorem ipsum text. Okay, but we don't have this style. We have to create this style. So we're going to create that tile. Say import tile from, and here we'll say UI and then tile, right? Save this, and let's go to the components folder, UI folder, and here we'll create a file with name tile.js. Okay, and here we'll create a component rfc, and say tile, and here we're expecting title, then medium title, and then description, right? Here we are going to show all of these things. So we'll say inside the p tag, we'll say title, next again a p tag or h1, whatever you want you can use. We'll say medium title, and then again a p tag, we'll say over here description. Okay, and here we are going to say we are going to have some padding, so we'll say style. Now the background color is going to be white, and padding is going to be let's say 30 pixel. Save this thing, background white, padding 30 pixel, and title. Save this. Let's go and check. So it is coming like this, right? So this is our tile, and we want this to be on the right side. We want to have some space between these two left right element, right? So let's go to, okay, let's first style this style content. Okay, so we'll, okay, and remove also this 30 to 20, and here we're gonna say class name, that is going to be the primary color, and hopefully it is primary color. Yeah, primary color. Then we are gonna have font size, font 12, and here we are going to have class name, that is going to be the text color, and font is going to be 12, bold 500, here also bold hyphen 500. Okay, description, again we are going to have some class over here, so we'll say here it's a gray, and that's it, gray. Of course font needs to be small, 10. So yeah, and it is very small, so let's have a 14, here also 14, and this one 12. and let's have some spacing. So we'll say margin top bottom 10, margin top bottom again 10, and here also we'll say margin top bottom 10. So overall we'll get a good look. So here it is like this, and I think this size is too small. Or also we need to have something like uppercase, and here also we can say uppercase. Okay, and here it is bold 500. It is bold 500. Does it make sense? Cool. 600. Yeah, and lorem ipsum text, we can have some good text, whatever you want, but let's leave it like that only. And you can have something, you can have some constant width for that, right? So here we can say styling, and width is going to be, so it will not be different in size, right? Say width, the minimum we can have, let's say 300 pixel, and this is like this. Okay, let's go to your where is that? Also we need to have some spacing from the top and bottom, so we'll simply use the class name margin top bottom 10, right? And now let's go to our component, that's the qualification index.js, and let's repeat the tile. So we'll repeat it 3 times, so like the graduation degree, higher secondary and secondary. Okay, and here we're gonna see something like that, and then we'll do flex row. So this is 2 things over here. Let's minimize this and this one. So 2 things we have over here. We can say justify hyphen space between. Also we can we want to be centered vertically, right? So we'll say align center, and you're going to have this look awesome, right? Yeah, you can change anything, whatever you want. So this is looking nice. Next thing, we have testimonials and what people say. So let's close this qualification, and let's inside the, so here are source and components, and here we are going to create a folder that is going to be the testimonials, and let's create a file index.js, and inside this we are going to create a file style.css. Okay, now let's create the component rfc, and here it is going to be testimonials. Save this, and let's import this component in the app.js file. After the qualification, we'll say testimonials. Save this, and of course we need to import this file too. Say testimonials, and let's copy this, paste over here. Kind of doing a lot of repetitive thing, right? But this is a portfolio, and we want to have a similar look for every section, so it's not an issue. You can make it more interesting, and you can have a lot of animations as well. It depends on you, whatever you want. So now let's go to our testimonial component index.js, and here instead of testimonial, first we'll write a class. Like always, it is going to be the container, and you can create a layout component. If you have watched my other videos of React, for example a blog project or a MERN stack series, so here I'm doing this div container again and again. You're gonna have a layout where you can specify this container as well as a small heading and large heading. So that's the one thing we can also do, and if we get a time, then definitely we will do that as well. So let's have container, and what we can do, what we need 3 things over here. The first is left and right. We have 2 images. It is just for the beauty, so we have 2 different images that represent someone is writing something, right? And then we have the centered testimonials, right, the text. So let's first create these 2 things. Before that, we'll have our titles and everything. We'll say small heading, and here we'll say text that is going to be text is going to be the testimonials. And what people say. We'll say medium heading, and we'll say text equals to what people say. Okay, save this. Let's go. And medium heading is not imported. I don't know, VS Code is not working properly. It should import automatically. Medium heading. Save this, and the error is gone. Reload this, and you can see we have this testimonials and what people say, right? Next, we want to show the images and testimonials, right? We'll have one more div, and of course here we're gonna say class name equals to flex row, and then wrap, because we are going to have more contents, right? So here I've given display flex with the flex wrap property. It is going to help us to preserve the size of the elements. Here I'm going to use some fixed width elements, and if I will not use wrap, then flex property will try to adjust the size by himself, so we will lose the actual width. Okay, that's the reason I've given wrap over here. Now I'm going to say let's have div, and within this div we are going to keep our image, and we all know what is the size of the image I have shown you in the beginning of the video. Next, we'll say src, and then we'll say image alt is going to be empty. Now we have to import the image. Say import, and two images we have over here in our assets folder. So that is within the testimonials folder. Where is that? So testimonials. Okay, where is that? Images. Yeah, within the images folder with the name testimonial 0102 and pick. We'll say from, let's come out and assets, and then images, and then we'll say testimonials dot jpg. Okay, now here we are gonna say testimonial testimonials left, and let's repeat this thing. And here we are going to say, yeah, it's actually testimonial -01.jpg, it is -02.jpg, and here we are going to say right. So this is two images. Again, we are going to have one more image, so why don't copy it. And here we are going to say testimonial pic. So this is we're going to use as a profile pic, and here we are just saying testimonial. Okay, or you can have an avatar, a profile pic, or something like that. Profile picture. Okay, now let's go down, and here we're gonna say testimonial left. Now let's copy this element, copy this and paste one more time, and here we are going to say testimonial right, and again we are going to have one more div. Within this we are going to have our testimonial, right? So we'll say div, and here we are going to have our testimonial. Again we are going to have image over here, but let's leave it as it is now. Say lorem. Okay, now let's see how it is looking, and can't resolve testimonials -pic. Okay, so it is testimonial -pic. Save this, and let's reload, and reset. Here you can see we have our two images, and we have equal size images, so we can adjust this easily. In the middle we have lorem, so this is going to be our testimonial. Okay, now let's write a class to arrange the testimonial pic. Say class name, that is going to be the testimonial pic container, or img, that's great, container. And let's copy this here as well, right? Save this, and let's write our let's import our css file. So we'll say import style.css, and where is our styling? Here it is. Okay, that's not the thing, and here we'll write like that. And this is our testimonial image container. We are going to have a width that is going to be 160 pixel, and obviously we're not going to have a height because we have equal size image. If you add this width, then height will be same for both the images, right? So width 60, overflow hidden, and I guess that's enough. Oh yeah, we can have a border radius that, let's say 2 pixel, and let's testimonial container image, and here we'll say max width, that is going to be 100%, object fit, that is going to be the content, and let's see how's it looking. So looking very nice. Now this needs to be just separated from each other. So here let's go to the testimonials, and this is our main container where we are having all the testimonials, flex row wrap, and here we'll say justify hyphen space between, and yes, side by side. Also we are going to have a line hyphen center, line center, and this is aligned center. Now what we are going to do, we are going to have some space around this container. So here we'll say style, let's say margin, or you can have a padding that is same for now because it's fine. Say top and bottom 50 pixel, left right 0, and this is looking like this. Now we are going to have our card. So instead of div, we are going to use a card over here, and let's import our card. So here we'll say card, and then here card, save this, and within this card we are going to have a profile pic, right? Say div, and here again we are going to have a div. Inside this we are going to have an img tag, alt nothing, and the src will say profile picture, save this, and it is going to look like this. Okay, so this is how Flex is working. We have because of the wrap, we have given wrap, right? So here we have given wrap, that's why it is just going down, otherwise it is going to be adjust in this place only. Let me show you. So if I remove this wrap, then it is going to be like this, right? So that's the reason I've given wrap, so it will have its own behavior, and I want to avoid the default behavior because I'm gonna have some fixed width. Now here I'm gonna say style, that is going to be width 500 is good, and yet now it is adjusted. Now we're going to style this profile pic. So we'll say class name equals to profile pic container, or img container, with img container. Let's copy this, let's go to the style.css, and here we're gonna say, and what are we gonna say, width, that is going to be 60 pixel, height 60 pixel, and overflow hidden, border radius to make it a circle, border hyphen radius, that's a 50%, and here it is looking like this, right? So let's copy this and paste here again, img, and here we'll say max hyphen width 100%, max hyphen height 100%, object fit content, and perfect, right? We have now the correct image. So what are we going to do next? We are going to have the name, right? So here we'll have the name, and I have placed the images on the wrong side, but it doesn't matter. So here we're gonna say, let's go index.js, and this is our here we're going to have the image. No, we have given this, right? Say div, and here we're gonna say p, and within the p we'll say the name of the person, right? So we'll say Reusable and then one more P. We'll say software developer, or this is going to be someone else. I'm writing my name, it doesn't, oh, what can we do? Can't think more. So here we'll have this like this. Now we will use our parent class to make this thing horizontal, right? So here we'll say flex row, and this is coming like this. Also we'll use align hyphen center and looking like this. And then here we'll use class name equals to margin left right 10 and looking like this. Now let's have our class for the image. Say class name, that is going to be primary color, and let's say font 16, primary color font 16. Save this, and it's going to look like this. Okay, next we are gonna have class name, we'll say text color font 14, bold 500, and going to look like this. So 500 doesn't make sense. You can change the font family because that is not looking nice. Okay, looking nice, and let's arrange this thing. So here we have some spacing around it. So we'll go to the card and apply the padding, let's say 30 pixel, and cool. So 30 pixel is great. Next we are going to have a paragraph. Okay, so we'll say, let's go down and have a paragraph. So we need some large text. We'll say lorem ipsum let's copy this thing till here, paste over here, save. So this is our paragraph, and it is looking like this. Okay, still better. Now we're gonna have we'll say class name margin top bottom 10, and the color is going to be the gray, and font size, we can change the font size if you want, but that's look nice, and we want to have something like that. So we can increase the size if you want to have a little bit of more styling. So you can say over here some height. So let's go to the card, and the height is going to be say 300, and this is nice. Okay, this is looking nice. Now we want to have a one more card that is going to be like this small, like have any project in mind, then you can contact, right? So it is giving a clear hint you're expecting a project, right? So we'll go within this. Okay, so this is our div, and we have our container. Let's minimize this thing, and here we're gonna write, we'll say card, and here we'll say style width, that is going to be the 500 pixel. Now within this card I'm gonna say a paragraph. Have any project in mind, say hello at, next we're gonna have a email address. So we'll say Rizwan Khan. So actually you have any project, you can contact ecommerce16@gmail.com. So it is gonna look like this. Okay, this is a 500, and now I want this thing to be the center. So here we can say class name equals to m-order, and it is exactly in the center. Now I want some spacing. Let's say padding, let's say 30 pixel, and nice. Also we'll have our class name, that is going to be text hyphen center, and here also class name, that is going to be text hyphen center. Okay, now we'll change the size and this size. So here we're gonna say font. This looks this font, I've used very small font over here, but you can use the large one too. So here we can say the font 12, and here you can use the font 25, and it's going to look like this. Have any project in mind, and here we are going to wrap this thing within a span, so I can apply a different color. That is going to be primary color, and this is looking like this. Also you can have margin, sorry, here margin top bottom 10, sorry, that's here, margin top bottom 10, and it's looking like this. Great, right? Next, after that, we have this thing, right? So here we have our social contacts, and then home, about, portfolios, blog, menus, and then we have a chat icon. So you can place anything. This is just a placeholder. So where we can write, so we need to create a footer. So we'll create a footer, and within this footer we'll write, sorry, where is our footer? Here we'll write a file, index.js, and one more file that is going to be the style.css and style.css. Here we'll say rfc, we'll create the footer component. Within the footer we'll have three different things, right? So again, it is going to be the class name, that is going to be the container, and within this container we'll have a div, and here we'll say class name flex row and justify space between. So we can have a space between the social connect or menus and the icon. Next, we are going to write a social connect. Social connect. So where is that? Import social connect from, let's go to the UI folder, and then we'll say social connect, right? Come here, and yeah, we need to import this footer. So we'll say app.js footer, and here we need to import that footer also. Footer, we'll say footer, and let's reload this thing. You can see we have got our footer, right? And also we need to have some space around that. So let's go to our footer, and here we're gonna say style, and here we'll say, okay, we already have the margin top and bottom something, right? And okay, we can have over here also. So we'll say style margin top and bottom 50 pixel, left right 0. Okay, this is looking like this. Now we're gonna have our menus and then image icon, right? We'll say div, inside this will have a nav, that this will have an a tag that is going to connect, right? Home with href to hash. Let's copy this. And what we have, home, about, portfolios and blog. Home, about, portfolios and blog. One more, that's contact. After this div, we are going to have an image div. Now we'll say img alt. Actually, the image, let me show you how it looks. So images bg me left. So here we need an image, so I'm going to paste that image over here, and this is this conversation.png, and we are going to import this image. So let's go to our testimonials index, and let's sorry, not testimonial, footer index. Let's import the image. So let's say import conversation from, and here we'll say assets, then images, then conversation dot png, right? That's a png file. png. Let's save this, and now let's have our src equals to conversation. Save this. Now let's go and let's reload this thing, and here we have an image that is not visible. That's because the color is white and it's not visible. So let's go and let's give it a class over here, class name that is going to be conversation container, or img, that's anything is fine. Let's have conversation container. Save this. Now let's import the style.css file. Say import style.css, save, and we are going to write the css code. Let's write. So here we'll say conversation width, that is going to be the 40 pixel, height, that is going to be the 40 pixel, and the background color, let's leave that, and border radius, that is going to be the 50%, and box hyphen shadow, that is going to be 0, 0, and 20 pixel, and 0, and kind of like black color, green type of color. Save this. We'll change that, do not worry. So let's go to here, and here we'll add a class that's primary bg color. Okay, primary bg color. Let's go and check this thing. So it is coming like this. Now let's increase the size of this conversation container. Let's go here. We'll say 50 and 50. Index.js, here we have an image, so we'll say conversation container, and img, here we'll say width is going to be 25 pixel, height is going to be 25 pixel. Save this, and let's see how it is coming. So this is coming like this. Now we want this thing to be centered, right? So let's go over here and we'll say display flex, justify content center, align items center, and now it is in the center. Now I want all of these things needs to be like in one line instead of like this. So here we'll go index, and this is our footer, and we have this social connect, and then we have this thing and this thing. So here reflects row, justify space between. And why it is coming like that? It should be space between, right? Okay, so the problem is, let's remove this class from here, and let's wrap this thing with one more div, and let's take everything in, and here we'll say class name, that is going to be the flex row, and justify space between, and then align hyphen center. Okay, so this is coming in a perfect way. Now we need to have some styling for this menus, right? So we'll go and we'll write here class name, and we'll say menus, footer menus. Save this, copy this, and let's go to the style.css file, say footer menus, and here we're gonna say some styling, right? So footer menus, inside that we have anchor tag, right? Inside the anchor tag we'll say what we can say, margin, display is going to the inline block, and then margin top and bottom 0, left right 10 pixel, and it is like this. You can also say text hyphen transform for case, and I don't remember the color code, so we'll go simply and write over here color code, we're gonna say gray, and it is not working. Style.css, and then the color is going to be our color. Okay, so let's go to the index.css and let's find the text color. So this is going to be this one. Copy, and let's go to here and say hashtag. And also we need to change the font size. Font size is going to be like 14 pixel, and also bold. Font weight, that is going to be the 500. Now it is looking much better. Or we can change the color. Here the color is going to be like gray color. So here we have completed our portfolio. Now we need to make it responsive, as well as we need to add animations. So let's first make it responsive, then we'll add animation. Okay, so we have created our page, but it is not responsive and we don't have any kind of animation over here, right? So we are going to make this page responsive as much as possible, and then we will apply animation over that. Okay, so let's start working on first animation, responsiveness. So here I'm using the browser debugging tool. Let's go to the inspect, and then you can use the device toggle tool. So if you click on this, is a normal page, right? If you click on this, then you will be in the responsive mode, and here we can change the size. So here we also have some options like different device sizes, Galaxy S5, iPhone 10. So iPhone 10, the size is 375 pixels, so this is the size of iPhone 10. If you go iPhone 5, then the 320. So I believe this is the minimum size of any phone screen, iPhone 5 SE. And then again you can choose a responsive, and you can adjust any size from here. So the most of the screen comes with 480 pixel, so this is the size of most of the phone. So let's assume we have the minimum size of 320 pixel, and based on that we are going to make this screen very responsive. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, let's reload this, and let's zoom this out thing. Okay, so here we have the current size is 368 pixels, so it is obviously perfect size because our container size is 900 pixels. So as long as everything is greater than 900 pixel, this portfolio is going to look awesome. But when things goes down below the 900, then you can see this kind of look. So even in this small device, it is going to come like this, right? So let's first fix our container. Let's go and check our container. So let's go to our project. This is our src folder, and here we have index.css file. Here we have created a long list of reusable CSS code, and we have used till last line. So here I'm gonna write some media queries. Say media screen and max width, that is 900 pixel. So this is what this is the highest requirement. For this case, we'll say the container will change the size from 900 to the 100%. Okay, save this, and now this will be applied everywhere. You can go and check over here. So let's reload, and the current screen size is more than 1000, so it is not a problem. Let's go down, and you can see the content of left content and right content is now getting closer to each other. See, it is coming closer to each other. So this is one thing we have fixed in our screen. Now what I want, if even the screen, if it is going close, if it is going very close, then this is not looking very good. So I want this image needs to go down below of this text if the size is less than 768 pixel. This one, 768, right? So let's go and write that code also. So here we'll say flex, we'll create a new column, new class. That's till now we have used the flex row to make the things, everything the flow, right? In a one line, in a horizontal alignment. Now we're going to create a column, a flex column, and here we'll say the flex direction, that is going to the column. So this flex column we will apply only when the size is less than 768 pixel. Now let's go to the components. Let's go to the hero. Let's go to the index.js file. And here, this is our hero component, right? So we have written a lot of code. You can even take this thing out as a single component. This will as another component. This is again a component. But for the simplicity, let's don't make things worse. And here we have a flex row class, which makes things side by side. With this, we can have horizontal alignment, right? Now we'll apply one more class as a flex column, and it has a flex property, flex direction column. The priority of the smallest screen will be higher. So this class is going to be functional when the screen size will be less than 768 pixel, right? And this flex row will not work. The priority of this one will be higher. Let's save this. Let's go to the Chrome, and you can see the result over here. Let's change this to 75, and you can see it is going to look like this. Okay, so larger screens, now smaller screens. Perfect. Next, we have this what I do, and we all know this has a container, and because we are already in a smaller screen, less than 900, so this is width is 100%, and this is perfect. Next, we can go down, and you can see we have expertise section, and here we have to work again a little bit. So you can see this image is position absolute, and in the smaller scale screen, we even don't need this image. What is the use of this image? We want to show only the required things, right? So I want to hide this. Okay, so what I can do, first I will hide this. Let's go, and let's go to our expertise specializing, what is it, expertise component, expertise index.js, and here you can see, here we have our image. So what I will do, I will take this social connect, because that social connect is a part of that image. So I'll put it inside, save this, and it is coming like this, and this is not the expected behavior. Okay, so what I will do, take where is our div, and this is the card, and this is fine. Yeah, let's apply a padding over here. Padding top and bottom 50 pixel, left right 0. Save this, and this is looking right now like this, and we have some space, but we want, where is our social connect? Okay, let's inspect this. Here is our social connect, and that's not visible. So let's apply a position absolute on the social connect. Position absolute, and we'll say bottom 0. Now it is visible, right? So position absolute in this social connect will make this visible, and because this container has a position absolute, right? So inner contents will have a position absolute if you want to make that thing visible. So we'll go here and we'll write a style over here, connect style. We'll say position absolute, and then bottom is going to be 0. I'll say 0 like this. Position absolute, bottom 0, and this is absolutely not going to work because we don't have a style property over there. So let's go to our UI and social connect component, and let's extract the style. So here we are, right? Style, and okay, we'll say like that only. Props dot style. Save this. Okay, now let's go and let's reload this thing, and you can see it is coming, right? But it is not the behavior I'm expecting. Okay, so what can we do? We first need to remove the overflow hidden. So we'll go social connect class over here, and we'll remove this overflow. Oh, not the social connect. We want to hide the let's go to our expertise component, right? Expertise index.js, and here we have write img me container. Let's go to this and remove the overflow hidden from here. Okay, now let's reload this thing. Now you can see the complete social connect is visible now, but still we have some issue over here. We want this thing to be just go down, right? So let's go and inspect this again. Bottom 0 pixel, so it will say bottom, and we know the height of that content, right? If you go see, the height is social connect height is 40 pixel, right? So here we'll say bottom minus 40 pixel. Perfect, right? This is what we were expecting. This is a larger screen size and this is absolutely good. So we'll go to the social connect, not the social connect, but in our component expertise, and here we'll say bottom minus 40 pixel. This is the height of the social connect. Let's reload, and this is fine. So this is kind of nice. Now what do we want? We want to hide this in a smaller screen, right? So if you go down here, so it is actually the less than 768 pixel. You can also have a position over here, and you can apply the z index over this development. Okay, so if you see this card, and here is the circle progress bar, and we'll have a position. We can have a position will say relative, and here we'll say z index, that is going to be 1. And yeah, now you can see it is coming on the top, right? So this is coming over the image, and that's a good thing, but still we want to hide the image if it is in a smaller screen, right? So yeah, that would be better. So here we'll say, we'll go down. Yeah, this is what we have applied just now. And for the smaller screen, let's write img container style.css, and here we'll say media screen and max width, that is 768 pixel, and here we'll say dot write img container display none. Okay, so both will disappear, right? So here it is coming like this, and okay, now here we have this special expertise. Now here we have a image size around 500 pixel. That is absolutely not good. Let's go and first change that. So we have to go to the latest projects, and here is somewhere we have given. So first thing is like flex row. We'll change this to the flex column. Okay, so it will be like this, and if you go in a smaller screen 480, then it is coming like this. It's because the size is larger and we have the more contents over here. That's around like not good. Okay, so let's first fix that this image. So we'll have where is our image? Okay, so somewhere we have our image, project img container. Let's go here, and here write media screen and max width, we'll say 768 pixel, right? And here we'll say dot project image container, here we'll say width, that is going to be 100%. Okay, and here it is going to come in a different way. So we'll check that. Okay, we have a padding as well. Now the width is 100% now, but we have to remove the padding also. We'll go index.js and style.css. So you can see the margin, sorry, it is margin. So we'll remove the margin, 0. And instead of margin, we can have padding. Padding top and bottom, let's say the 50 pixel. And box sizing, border box, right? So this is nice. And we can also adjust the portfolios and size. We can make this thing in the center. Okay, let's first see other things, so it will be easy to fix that. So here we have these thing flex. Here we also need to apply the flex column. Okay, that section is education. So here we'll go to the qualification index, and here we are using this, right? Say flex column, and yes, right. Next we have this thing, and this is 300 pixel. The card tile width is 300 pixels, so this is fine, not a problem. See, the tile width is 300 pixel, so it will be centered automatically. Next thing is, which is creating the problem, this width is again 500 pixel, right? So we have to fix this one, and we don't need to show these two additional images. Okay, so we'll go to the footer, testimonials, index.js, and here we have, right here we have testimonial images. Style.css, we'll write over here @media screen and max width 768 pixel, and in this case we are going to hide the images. Testimonial image container, we'll say display none, right? So those images are no more visible, but we'll apply this thing will be the 100% from now onwards. Okay, so we'll go, and where is that testimonial img container, image profile img container, go to here, and here we need to write a new class equals to, let's say, my card, and we'll use all of these things. Okay, let's remove this style property, and we'll write a new class, my card, and we'll paste over here. So here we'll take it down, and let's copy this thing, remove this, okay, this is going to be something else. So this is my card, and hopefully this is gonna apply it over here. Let's go and inspect, and card is here, and still is coming as width 500. Okay, so let's go to our testimonial, and this is our class. Okay, this is going to be the class name, and now it is fine. So you can see the style got removed, and we have the my card. Now we can apply the responsive code over that. So we'll write over here my card, we'll say width, that is going to be 100%, and okay, 100%. Let's reload. Is it 100%? 500 got removed. Card, yeah, width is 100%, and this is a new problem, so we have to fix this one also. So we'll go over here, and so here is our class mAuto, and this is our again a new width. So here we'll create one more class. We'll say what is that, project contact card. So we'll say contact card, copy this, and let's go to the style.css, say contact card, say width, that is going to be the 500 pixel, and the padding is going to be 30 pixel. Now let's remove this. Here we'll see the padding, that is going to be the 30 pixel, but in case of responsive mode, we are going to have that contact card, we'll say width is going to be the 500 pixel, right? And this is perfect. Okay, the problem we have right now, Here we have contact card, the width is 500. Okay, it should be okay, it should be 100%. Okay, so this is 100%, 100%. Now we have to fix this footer, right? So we'll go to the footer, index.js, and here we have different menus, right? So again, we'll apply the flex column, and we have to remove this one from here, margin, save this, and we can apply over here. Okay, save, and you can see it is coming like this. Perfect. Now we need to apply some spacing around it. So what we can do, we can come here, we can say class name, that is going to be the margin top bottom 10, and also for the nav, we'll say margin top bottom 10, and here also margin top bottom, that's 10. Okay, now let's see how it is looking overall. Okay, kind of cool. So we have some extra additional spacing around some places, so this is fine, but we have extra space over here, but that's not an issue. You can keep it like it, but this portfolio is not looking good. We need to have some space over the portfolio, so we'll go to that portfolio. Latest project here, and here we have medium text, uppercase, small heading, then we have a button. So here we can write a class, cut, class name is going to be the project portfolio container, and let's go to style.css, and here we'll say project portfolio container. Now let's remove this thing. This one also. It is going to the flex hyphen direction, flex hyphen content. This is going to be this. And in case of smallest screen, we're going to have this class project portfolio container. We'll have a margin or padding from the top 50 pixel. Let's save this too, and let's reload it. Now it is perfect, right? So this is coming like this, and you can also have a space. Let's see the larger screen. Okay, we need to have some space over my education section, so we can have that space. Let's go to the my education qualification section, indexing. The container, we have some space around it, and here we can have that. So we'll say style, and here we'll say the margin top, let's say 50 pixel. Okay, looking nice. You can have margin top and bottom 50 pixel, left right 0. Okay, also you can have a space over here, looks nice. Okay, let's go to the responsive mode. Let's say 320 iPhone 10. Okay, so this is coming like this. Okay, we have some problem over here because of something. Yeah, this text is going outside. So here the text is going over the image, so we can change the size, right? The font 25, we can change that. So we'll go to the index.css, and when I'm talking about, sorry, font 25, in the larger screen it will be 25, but for the smaller screen the font 25 will become 15 pixel, right? And or the 20 is also good enough. Yeah, so this is the smaller screen, you can see, absolutely perfect, right? Now we are going to create animations, right? So for that we need to install a library. So we have created this portfolio, now it is responsive also. Now we are going to apply animation over it. For that, again, we are going to use a library that's animate on a scroll. Let me show you. AOS, type like that, you're going to get this library, animate on a scroll library, and you can see all kinds of possible animation with simplest code. Okay, so yeah, and I will definitely create a separate video about the animations, how can you create your customized animation, but this is going to provide you almost everything. So here you can see all types of animation. Let's start from this. So fade up, fade down, fade right, fade left, fade up and right. Then we have different names of animations that you can use. That's a flip animation and zoom animation, right? So it is coming like that. You see all types of animation, different settings examples. Let's go down and let's see how to use this. Okay, so here we'll see CSS, you can use a script also, but we are going to install this one. So we'll say npm install aos-save. Let's go over here, view, and we'll say terminal. npm install -save aos. Oh no, as I'm using a yarn, so I can't use npm. I totally forgot about it. So yes, I have to say yarn. Hopefully I'm not messing with my libraries. So we'll say yarn and add aos. So here installation of our AOS animate on scroll library is completed. Now we can start using it. So let's go to our app.js file. This is our root component, and here we'll import that library. We'll say import AOS from AOS, right? And now we need to initialize this library. How can we initialize? So this is the first root component, and we can use something like component did mount. Here we have in hook use effect, and we can write a arrow function as a first argument. The second will be empty, so it is going to run only once. We'll say aos dot init. This is how we initialize AOS library, and here we're going to give some delay. So for every animation we'll have some delay or duration, right? So not delay, but we'll give duration. So the default animation duration for every animation with this AOS library is going to happen. The default duration is 400 milliseconds, but I want kind of larger, so we'll say 100. So now it is going to be the 1 second. Okay, so we it is done. Next we'll go to our component, and let's start with the hero component. So we'll go here, where is the hero, and here is index.js, and so this is our the component, right? So this is the first element, this is the second element. So this one is the introduction, this one is the name, and here we're gonna say data-aos equals to fade left, right, actually fade right, and here we're gonna say data-aos equals to fade left. Okay, these two are the names of the animation. You can check the top, say fade up, fade down, fade right, fade left. Okay, so fade right, fade left. Save this. Let's go to the Chrome and check it. Use effect is not defined, so let's go app.js and let's import the use effect. Okay, and let's reload this. Use effect is still not defined. US GitHub. Oh, we need to add CSS also. No, we forgot that. So here we are going to add a CSS. So we'll say over here use test.css. Now let's go and check this thing. Yes, it is working, right? So this animation is working. Next we are going to apply animation for this content. So let's go to our specializing component and index.js. We are not going to apply on the card, but we're going to apply within the inner element. We can also apply on this what I do and specializing in. You know how to do that. You have to wrap this with a div component and then you can apply. Here we'll say data-aos, and this is coming. This is going to come up from the bottom. So one of them is going to be like that. Fade down right, fade up. Okay, say fade -up. And let's go and you reload this and see. Let's see from the beginning. Reset. Right now we are gonna apply our animation on this image as well as this one. Okay, we'll apply animation to this thing will be the flip. So we'll go to that expertise component, expertise index.js, and this is our image. So we'll say data-aos equals to right. It will go towards the right, and card we are gonna have right. So card will say data-aos equals to flip, right? So flip animation is, where is that? Flip left, flip right, flip up. Say flip-up. Okay, let's go and you see the flip is happening. Reload. Yeah, so reload and see again. Okay, you can also apply on this. Let's reload again. Right. Next we have this one. We are gonna apply a zoom in this. Okay, so that is the latest project index.js, and here we're gonna say data-aos equals to zoom in, right? Flip zoom in and up, zoom in up. Okay, let's go, let's reload. Okay, so it's coming like this. Now for the education, again this will come from the left side, and qualification index.js. Okay, qualification, here we are gonna say data-aos equals to fade fun up right. Right, and this is going to be fade up in, right? This one, zoom in up. Okay, so zoom in up. Where is the card? Fade up right, and here it is. So we'll say for every card we are gonna apply that. So we'll go to the tile UI, and then we have tile, and here we're gonna say data hyphen aos equals to that is zoom hyphen in hyphen up. Okay, save this, and you can see it's coming like this. Next we have this part, and I forgot to apply box shadow over in this testimonial. That's okay. Now let's apply the animation for this header and this two images as well as this testimonial. So let's go and testimonials folder, index.js, and here we have this one. We'll say data hyphen aos equals to fade hyphen down, fade down, and this is going to be the left, this is going right. So here we'll say, where is the image container? Data hyphen aos equals to, we'll say fade hyphen left, and this is going to be next data hyphen aos equals to fade hyphen right. You can have a better animation, it's up to you. We'll say data hyphen aos equals to zoom hyphen in, and this isn't working. Where is that? Yeah, okay, fade right. Okay, here we'll say data hyphen aos equals to fade hyphen left. Save this, and now let's reload. The whole content is coming like this, but we by mistake we have applied an animation over this profile. Yeah, that's why. So where is our card? And this is not required, and here it is coming like this. Okay, so I hope this is enough. This much of animation is good enough, and this is also gonna work for the responsive screen. Okay, so we'll check for the responsive screen, and you go up and see, let's reload, and it's coming like this, this, and this. So this is little slow, but yeah, animation is there. You can speed up or you can speed down. So guys, hopefully this video will be good enough to learn React and creating how to create a portfolio for all of those things, right? So below of this video, you will see a red button with subscribe label and subscribe count. If you click on that subscribe button, then subscribe count will be increased by 1. And you will get an award of a great person. So if you click that, you'll get an award and I will get a reward. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.